Hey, welcome back to Half Sword. Been playing around for about a month. Let's see what all I've learned. Let's go. Alright, so, as I've said, I put about over a month. I guess I put about almost 30 hours into the game. So let's go over some things. As a reminder, this is early access version. It's different than the playtest and the demo. This is what we got so far. Let's see. For those of you that watched before, let me show you what I've got so far. So before I had, I think, just the padded jack, maybe, or something like that. I am now fully clad in armor. As you progress through, you get more options to buy or loot from the enemies you defeat in any of your matches, or from the Abyss as well. You can find some really nice stuff down there too. And once, as long as you're holding on to it at the end of a match, you get to keep it. And usually, let's see, I should have some down here. Like this one here, it's orange. Actually, no, it's not that one. It's this right here. Some of these, I believe they're colored for when you find them in the Abyss, because every one I brought back from the Abyss has had that color to it. So yes. And then down here, we have the mass. I didn't know what that was before. It has nothing to do with your armor and your outfit, your gear, weight, but with your muscle mass and how heavy your character is. So he is, I don't know what 95 kilograms is. I am American, but you get the idea. It's a lot lower on the scale when you start. It says burn stamina to grow your muscles. So this is hold down spacebar and let release. You can jump, or you can sprint all the time, or swing around heavy weapons, wearing heavy gear a lot longer, just fighting, etc. These are ways you can burn the stamina to increase your mass. Then you can tank heavier hits, you can swing heavier weapons easier, you can wear the armor better, move around longer without getting exhausted, etc. And I never really noticed it until I went into a brawl. So I might come back and look at this and show you what all I've got in a little bit. But first, we'll check the Abyss. So I told you guys before about the Abyss, you know, let me move my camera. There we go. So, stains of blood cling to you, 9 vengeful spirits. So this is everyone that you kill in a match, not defeat, but kill. If they died in a match, they will end up here. And the reason why they have payoff as an option is if you don't pay attention, you'll look back and see you have 60 vengeful spirits wanting to come after you. Yeah, I had 60 at one point. Because I wasn't paying attention. I didn't think they were stacking up. I didn't check. So I could pay off for all of these, or I could face any number of them up to the maximum. So this, at nighttime, you'll see night 126. I've been at this for a little bit. You can still manage the mercenaries. I have had that. What? English. I had to hire a few. They come in real handy in the tournaments or in any of the like Boo Hurt or, you know, mass melee style tournaments. Super useful. You only pay them per day that you actually use them. So if you only use one, you just have to pay that one. They can die. They can die. Which was really unfortunate for me one time. So I don't know what number of mercenary I'm on at the moment. And you can use them to spar with in the training modes. So still have this guy over here for rest. Instead of paying the 2, we're just gonna go to the Abyss, clear out a little bit of that for you. Doesn't have an errand for me anyways, so Abyss. Let's face. I can face on 9. I'll give you a chance to see me fight some stuff. Well, maybe not. Let's just go with. We'll go with 4 for now. And this will vary. If you've killed a knight will show up. If you just killed a bunch of beggars will show up. And after I defeat someone in a actual match, I will kind of show you my stuff. Okay, this guy is just a little beggar that I killed before. Just a little beggar. What am I? Are you really? And just as before, you have to kill them again. You'll hear a little death rattle like that one just had. So to begin with, absolutely pay attention to what's in the crates that you find and what gear is left available. So I can grab that messer and I can take it back home with me. Or I can grab the buckler and take it back with me. Especially if you fought a knight or someone who has better gear than you do. So if I wanted his polearm, I could take it. And it seems like the thing that was already yours, if you leave it here, you still get to keep it. I feel like the ensure function may have to do with starting over a new character, as you'll have those things with you, instead of if you die or if you leave it behind in a match. Though I did lose that one sword or polearm I had made. Yeah, you finish the number, you go back up. Now it's a new day. That's the free way to go through the night, or just keep fighting through the night, either way. Alright, we already looked at the trade guy. Craft armor. I had no armor worth crafting at the time. Now I can go through and show you this. So shoes, I can remove the sabatons, they go just back to regular standard shoes. Pauldrons, I can remove different aspects of them. If you can see that well enough on there, let's go back to regular. You can see how it's modifying things, and I want to keep it where it is. Then the arming, so this makes sense historically with armor. Just a regular doublet, you're not going to really be able to attach anything. There's no pointing, so there's no points to attach things to. I don't know whether you can look. You may have to like scroll in on your phone or move your face to the monitor or whatever. But there are points coming off of his arming doublet, so you can attach armor to it. I needed that to attach certain other pieces of armor that were otherwise not allowed to me. Harness. There's harness, which is the whole set, versus doing individual vambrace and pauldrons. You can remove the rondels or leave them on. I finally got I have a few salads actually. You can, all these options will always appear on this side here of the things you want to work with. And I have made it, I have seen the Baron a few times. We'll get into how that works in a little bit. Yeah, and it'll kind of just cycle through as you click things. It took me, I stole this armlet, I'm pretty sure. I don't know that I bought it. Maybe I finally found it. As you progress your level, he'll offer you more weapons and armor accustomed to meet the level that you are finally. I can take off the feathers, the plume. I can make an open face helmet, which is stupid. If you have the option to have it visored, especially in this game, keep the visor. Yeah, so now we can see what that actually is. I had no armor to adjust before. Disregard the character model it shows, it's just a random person. It seems like every other day it'll switch between weapon and armor guy. I'm gonna try and get it to where I can show you guys weapon, because I now have everything unlocked. So I can show you the beautiful world of weapon crafting. And I learned what some of the things mean too, so. We have train. This is where you'll go to hire more people. Try and hire someone who's actually your level, so they can stay more equal. There's another word I'm thinking of, I can't remember at the moment. But they stay more equal to your abilities. And for each of the, oh! Hang on. Which dude is that? Is one of these 93 or is that my character? That's still my character. Okay. And the mass number seems to have changed. They said the max was 80 or something like that. Mine's 93. It'll be finalized at some point. So, go here again, manage the ones you already have. Go over to the training guide to hire more. It is, again, really useful. They only show up for like champions, or if it's a mass melee kind of situation, or for like the tourneys. So you're not going to use them all the time. They just show up when the game dictates there are multiple players going on. Okay. So have the Lord's tourney there. I'll move again. Let's go. This works. Okay, for this, obviously you see your daytime tracker going on here. At nighttime the merchants aren't there, but you can check the abyss. So it's important to kind of catch it at night to check the abyss. Keep it manageable so there's not 60 of them. Here, I am a lord. I've done the Lord's tourney 3 times? 4 times? Hang on, I have the Vambrace, Cuirass, the Cuisses. 3 times. I've done it 3 times. With the new model, for how they're doing it, is you hit Lord and you keep doing the Lord tourney multiple times. I don't know how many, I assume until you get all of the Baron's armor. So instead of one and done, game's over, it's, you gotta keep doing this. And you'll gradually get more and more pieces of his armor, and you can snag his weapons too. So I have one of his pole arms, and I think I grabbed a sword as well. 7 rounds, just like all the other tournaments. And there's a champion in every level. There are 7 rounds, I believe, right? Is that what it said? Yeah, 7 rounds to each one. They get progressively harder. That makes sense. I did not realize before, maybe it was there, maybe it wasn't. There's a scroll down option after you get higher. So you notice right now it says beggar right there. Peasant. I'm not a beggar or a peasant. That doesn't interest me. 9, 4, thinnings, I believe it's called. 7, that's nothing. Okay, commoner, militia, veteran. Oh, I don't have any that are at my rank available right now. That's sad. But I do have some areas to show you guys. I don't remember if I showed you the hall. I didn't show you the hall. You may have seen the alley. We'll just do a brief one in each one. Why not? So we'll start off with Hall Buhurt. And yes, I have quite a bit of money now. Ah, hang on. So, at least if you're playing it in early access, if you start a match and it's dark, pull up the menu and let it kind of save. Okay. There are 3 of them in a Buhurt, which earlier on it wasn't too much of a problem for me, because I had that mace or something and everyone's peasant, but now everyone's in armor. And you'll see, this is the hall. Can't see it too terribly well because it's not lit, brightly lit. But there are traps in here. Okay, let's here, we'll drop my polearm for a bit. And did that work? No, it did not. Okay. There's these levers. And you can drop down logs of spikes on people. I may have just hit my own guy. Ugh. Okay. Yes, admire my lovely armor. I have fought so hard for it. Okay. And you'll always see if it's submission, if it's first blood, if it's knockdown, which is if you kind of like sumo, if you fall, you lose. So even if you're not dead, but you fell, you lost. Spend the day, have to pay somebody. Let's see, do I have more options now? Yes. Okay. Only when you hit Lord is when you get these riot options, which is like the Brave Stand option we had before. But if you have mercenaries, they will be there to help you. We'll go with... It's hard to see in the forest, but we'll do it anyways. So I don't know if I showed you the forest before. And I need to make money. So we'll do a few of these, and then I'll show you guys the tourney. And I will equip one of my shields for that, because it does have like the Ninja Turtle effect of it protects your armor from getting cracked open. Where is everyone? And I talked before with the polearms of I always wanted to be able to put the spike or something on the front. Okay, he is... Yeah, that's another Vengeful Spirit. Oh, I picked the duel, didn't I? I thought I picked the Buhurt. Oh well, I guess... Well, I'll show one more and then I can just come back when I'm done. Because you'll see plenty of fighting once I get to the other ones. I'm a huge fan. Oh, hey, okay, that's another Vengeful Spirit. I don't see much blood on the beak. Yeah, you can adjust the size and placement of the spikes and the hammers and the beaks and the guards. And I'm a huge fan of the spike and hook at the pommel of this. Oh, that gold armor looks so nice. It's so pretty. Okay, it's the next day in the game. The matches, if they're long, well, you'll see the daylight progress and it'll take a whole day to do them. So keep that in mind as well. If you're near the end of the day, either quit or you want to check the abyss or do like a 1 round type of thing. So the insured thing does at least keep you from losing a weapon if you lose it in a match somewhere. Because in the forest, sometimes weapons will fall through the floor, and sometimes you will walk into the floor kind of thing. Except the road. You're safe on the road. But on the last one, I had to use the mace for a little bit, and it flew off somewhere, and I thought I lost it, but thankfully it showed up down here at the bottom in yellow, because I had insured it. So, keep that in mind. It's worth insuring the things you like. It's still just the craft armor guy. I showed you the forest. I need to show you... I don't need to show the yard. We've all seen the yard. I want to show you the hall again. I don't know if I saw the alley, and then we'll go on to the tourney, I suppose. Okay. Alley riot. And I should have 1 or 2 of my mercenaries with me. We are going to... Yeah, you know what? No. I want my sword. Because these are peasants. And I don't mind if they die. Because a bunch of them are not going to be a problem in the abyss. It's the knights that are really a pain. Ooh, okay. Must be early morning. Not very bright in here. But you get the idea of that. We've seen the slums. I know I did that before. Seen the cellar. Okay, now that it's more daytime, let's try one of the halls again. Hall duel? Well, that's another 5 rounds. Is there one that's like 1 round? Yeah. That's fine. I mean, I've got plenty of money and I'm about to get another 1,000. So I'll show the hall again, maybe in better lighting. We'll go with the Who Hurt for 86. And these people are... Oh, it's one of these. Great. So I don't have to kill him. I just need to knock him to the ground, but this Becta Corbin is hungry. It's very thirsty for blood. I love the lighting in here sometimes. Look how shiny my armor is. It's beautiful. Guess I can show you... I'll show you in the... What's it called? The field? Arena? The yard. Okay. It's evening again? Are you kidding me? Yard champion, that's fine. So I want to show you my stuff. Outside of just the inventory page. Well, this kind of sucks. Well, I'll kind of show you. You see, this pole arm, beak in the front, hammer on the back, spike. I love the back thing there. Then I've learned what's a useful loadout, and this makes sense, is I want a mace that is like a little long and a little heavy for a one-handed mace. Because if I have a shield, it works great, or if I'm injured, it still works. But it works really well in 2. And I don't know if the heads being spiked or not make a difference, but it seems like the spiky ones get first blood points much more easily. It's so nice and beautiful. That's my initial backup as a knight, because I'm facing other knights primarily. And then switch to my... I don't know if I had this at the time, but I made a broader cutting longsword at some point. I may have had it then, I don't recall. It's beautiful. I love it. It's still useful for peasants and such. And then what I could only find in the Abyss, because they don't do a whole lot of them in this version. Let me see if I can show you better on over here, maybe. I don't know how well you can see that, but I have a rondel dagger. Oh, you ain't gonna be able to see it with that, not with the visor on. But you see how it caps my gauntlet on either side? That's correct, that's a good fit. And it starts off, yeah, you can see that well enough, in reverse grip, which is accurate for a rondel dagger and for a armored combat type situation. I haven't seen the other kinds of daggers. I know the peasants have knives and they hold them tip up, but the rondel dagger is drawn ice pick, which is how you would draw it, to jam it more forcefully into various gaps in the armor. I really appreciate that, because in the playtest and the demo, the rondel was just straight up like the rest of the daggers, and you couldn't really target anything. And I have had some kills with the rondel dagger against knights, which is beautiful. So I keep that on the other hip as my left hand backup weapon. It's come in handy. It's been a nice thing to have. Make sure I grab this so I don't risk losing it or anything like that. Okay. So I'm probably gonna go to the Abyss briefly, or maybe just pay to go to the next day. Hopefully it'll be the weapons guy, so we can show you that. And then otherwise, I think we'll be ready to hire some more mercenaries and go on to the Lord journey and show you that. I should survive, so long as all my men don't die. The first time I tried it, I only had one mercenary. He died midway through. And then because everyone is an armored knight, I had so many. I had to deal with all of them, and it was such a long time. It took me so long to finish that. And then when I was about to finish it, I started glitching and I couldn't like stand back up. And then the game crashed on me. Otherwise I would have died, perhaps because my helmet got knocked off. That can happen. So keep the chin straps. Your helmets can get knocked off. Okay, it's not the weapon guy yet. Maybe we'll get him after the tourney. I wanted to show you the armor situation. So you can see, if you saw before, he was just a very weak, not really muscular, not defined. Now he's jacked. And I tell you, he knocks out people. He'll knock out a fool real easy in the brawl mode. And he's hung, apparently. I didn't notice that before. So this is kind of a get ready with me half sword version. Alright, so first off, we're gonna need to put on our... Now everything you take off will show up down at the bottom. So all this stuff down here is what I just took off. It was easier to track what you just accidentally took off, whatever. So first off, arming doublet. I got a nice red one. You can see the pointings on there. And we need our pants. Where are the pants? Hosen. These are still just basic hosen I've had for however long. And we'll put on the rest of our stuff. So put on the hauberk over top. Excuse the little glitching. You can track what areas you've covered over here on the little operation table. So because I have, just notice this little vine thing that we saw before, that's the arming doublet. The arming doublet allows me to have all those things because of the pointings, because it ties into the arming doublet as it should. So we want the Baron Vambrace, which covers the whole arm. There's some graphical clipping that doesn't really show it, but it does cover the whole arms. Then we need our pauldrons. Spalders are smaller, pauldrons are larger. That is true. The Baron Cuirass. I love this thing. It looks so pretty, and it's lighter weight than my one I had made. So same protection, but less inhibited mobility. Then the cuisses, put on those. What am I missing? Oh, I forgot to put on the fold. So I don't really need, because my halberd covers my thighs, but why not have extra? Then shoes, I still keep the sabatons on them. I don't need those greaves. No, I do actually, because I don't have another pair yet. That's the Baron sword, by the way. It's 2.58 kilograms in weight. It's really heavy, but mine's better, actually. Mine's moves better and has better reach. We'll save that later. I need my gauntlets back on. I need my mail standard to protect my throat. Notice how it's doing the layers like historical armor actually would. I'm such a fan of that. Eventually there might be voiders for chainmail instead of just the halberd, so you can do it just in the gaps instead of wearing the whole set, but that's how the game is now. It's functional. The Baron's Beak, 2.78. See that massive polearm there. I have some that I've made that I actually like better. This one I made about the same length, but it's a little bit lighter. I think it works better. We may need to use that one to really clobber people in this. Okay, I think I've got the rest of my armor on. Put on my lovely armet. And then the poleaxe. Which one do I want to use? I think we'll go with that one. That's actually one that's not insured. What's the poleaxe I just had? This one, 2.54, 2.7. Ooh, it's slightly less than the Baron's Beak. I should be okay with this one. We'll find out what happens. And again, I have the heater shield on my back. It stays there. It's a little weird when you try to equip it, but right now it goes to my dagger first, which is great, so I don't want it anyways. Because it's to added passive protection on my back, which in the case you happen to fall, is really, really useful. Okay. I believe we are fully re-armored. Oh, I've hired my mercenaries. Let's just say a prayer. Alright. Make sure I'm recording. This place is beautiful. Ah! Stand up. I may need the heavier polearm. So notice that hitting the shield does nothing to him. And I don't have to kill all of them, I just have to make them give up. But this is just gorgeous in here. You only get to be here for the Lord's tourney. See the table over here. Anyways, we don't have time for this. We need to keep fighting, so G. My mercenaries again will only show up. Ah! Yeah, I may need to use a heavier polearm for this. That did the job. And each weapon that's dropped will keep accumulating. So you can grab another one if you like it better while you're in here. Okay, there's multiple people. So my fellows, my mercenaries have arrived. Okay, he's given up. Try not to kill my own dude. But I believe there's friendly fire turned off, or it's significantly reduced like it was before. So yeah, pay attention to who your mercenaries are, so they can actually pull their weight. Especially when you get here. Okay. Some of these guys are a problem. And I tell you, having the... Oh! Oh, Lord! Okay, oh, he's dead. That's another vengeful spirit. It does help if you knock him down, just like in real armored fighting. If you knock them down, they're a little easier to deal with. You're not dead, are you? No, he's moving. He's not dead. Well, I hired 4 in the hopes that I'll still have some at the end. Because they might die. And some of them are lesser. Some of the opponents are lesser armored. Thankfully, they have open-faced helmets. A little bit easier to fight. I'm trying to remember who my guys are. Oh! Oh, bloody. Okay, I'm doing okay so far, but notice if I didn't have the mercenaries, that would have been all 3 of them, like, all ganged up on me with pole arms. And, standing up, it's not really a thing. Not when there's that many and they're all just wailing on you. I've been there. I don't want to do that again. I made the mistake of doing it without. Yeah, I'm gonna deal with you first. I primarily use this in half sword mode, or like in the hafted version. So I can make it be heavier, because I have a heavier one. This is my lighter option. Because if I'm primarily using it this way, it can be heavier and still be plenty nimble. It's this way that's a bit of a pain sometimes. I'm curious what piece of armor I get this time. I don't think this will be like the last one. Oh no. You showed up really fast. Yeah, this guy, this is the Baron. I think I may have already took him out. Yeah, he's kind of my focus at the time. Okay, well my dude is taking care of him. Which one of you is which? You're one of my guys, I think. Yeah, let's just... I don't remember which one of you is mine. Not you, apparently. Yeah, so, just for comparison... let's do this somewhere brighter. I want to show you how large the Baron's beak is. His Vector Corbin. There's mine. Now, I can't seem to keep it with me. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna drag him. Like the loser he is. He's not as overbearing in the way they do it this way, because before you had to start off with nothing and work your way up. So you've got tons of injuries with you. Where did I set my... There's mine. Okay. That's someone else's. I don't want it. Okay. So, this is the Baron's beak. It is gargantuan. There it is, next to the normal one that I use. Now, I've made one that long. You can make them... I can't get the head to be quite that dimensions, but I've made a polearm that large. And then here's his sword. We'll show that comparison to what I've been using. So it's a decent sized sword. I think it's just that the handle is longer, is what I found. So let's drop his. I have to kick it over. Why is it doing that? Okay, half sword it. Drop it. Okay, so you see that there. We're going to draw my sword. And drop it. So yeah, let's see. How well can you... Okay, so if you focus between the visor, the blades are actually about the same. It just has a longer hilt on it. And the weight is kind of crazy. But pick up my sword, please. This is also single-edged versus most of the ones I have are double-edged. It's not too unwieldy, but it's a little less than I want. And he's not gripping it broad, he's gripping it tight, but that's a character thing. I don't need to keep that. I can't seem to stock up on them. I tried, because I wanted to sell it. So that wasn't too terrible. Baron Greaves, okay. Oh, did they all survive? 324 from my mercy. Well, they were worth it. They were well worth it. Alright, so, I don't know why my mass went down to 80 when it was 95 earlier. I think that's just a game being early access. So, the greaves I was wearing were worth 20 gold. They were 3 kilograms. Let me take these Baron ones off. 2.5. So they're a little bit lighter. And they don't show up as shiny here. But, I mean, you've seen the gold in other ones. I'm curious. 13 Vengeful Spirits. Not too bad. That won't be a problem for me to do. How many mercenaries? I still have all 4. Here, so let me move my camera again. It'll be over here. So you can keep up with the names. You'll see what tier of soldier they are. Whether they're knight or... that one's a man-at-arms, I believe. See, they're all charged for 1 day. We already paid them. I'll show you the rates they go for here. You can assign them. I don't really English. I'm not really sure what assigning differentiates between just having them hired yet. You can spar them. That's really fun because then you go into the training sparring arena and you can just fight one of your guys. And they don't get killed there, I don't think, because it's just sparring. Or you can pay them here individually instead of paying them when it brings up the bill. But I just let it bring up the bill and then do it that way. So let's, hopefully this next day, we'll have the weapon guy. Okay, so next day is here. There is the weapon guy. I'll show you him in a sec. I just wanted to show up here. So I still have a few more pieces of armor to get from the Baron. So my progress has like reset, soft reset kind of thing. I'm still a lord, but I have to do some more fights to move the bar up. I believe Lord is the only rank they've added separate. All the rest of them, Beggar, Peasant, Veteran. Let's see, it should show here. Man-at-Arms. I didn't see Militia on there. So always scroll down. They'll be more expensive at the end. They're worth it. We're not going to deal with that anymore today. I want to show you this. This section makes my heart very happy. So as you progress, you'll unlock more things. Weapon types. Before I just had Messer and Mace, I think. Now I have Sword, Messer, Mace. Move my face again, sorry. Sword, Messer, Mace, Hafted, Casted, Polearm, Poleaxe. I can pick all these different colors for leather grips on things. I can switch still the same 3 options. And then this will be iron. Yeah, you can see that. This will be like for the mace head, you'll see it change. Bronze, gold, increases the price respectively. Each one of these is more expensive than the cheaper counterpart. So we've seen that, but we have some more mace heads available now, I believe, and some different handle types that are available. This shows the balance point. I don't remember if I said that before, but you can modify things to get the balance point you want. I've been using kind of a realistic balance point, and it's for like the actual swords and such that I have, and it's worked out pretty well. So we'll go with sword. That's what we're all here to see. So because I picked bronze or copper, whatever, it's kept it over there. So let's, just for the look of it, I'm not paying for this, but for the look, we'll go with gold. So you have your different blade types you can switch between, and you get more of these as you go. So I think we saw the falchion. No, you wouldn't have seen that, because I didn't have a sword at the time. That's right. So all the swords I have are new to you guys. But yes, you see we have different types here. I have one that's like this one, and I think that's like this one. So one that's more thrusting, and one that's more of a cutter, more of a chopper. Okay, so you can do that. Obviously, make it as long, you can make it short, long, etc. The weight and the balance will change, so will the price. You can add the mass to it if the length is where you want, but the weight is not where you want it yet, without affecting the reach. We have our different guard types here. Some of these are massive. We'll just kind of scroll through these so you can see them. It's really fun. I think, have we repeated yet? Not quite. I haven't seen some of these. That one's new. Yeah, so you see that. And then we'll switch this to the bright red so you can see the different handles. So there's bear. I'm switching the guard again. Heck on it. Okay. So you have different options of shapes of risers and whatnot. Make the grip really long so you can see that better. So it's fairly customizable there. Then a whole bunch of palm wall options. You notice they're affecting the balance of the sword by the type of pommel you get. I love it. I love it. This looks oddly Celtic to me. With this is not. This is 3,000. Lord no. Okay. Hafted. Your axes and such. These you don't have as much options here, but I mean you can see. I can change the handle out this way. See, messer, got some options here. I did make a messer fairly on, and it saved me so much because having a blade, a sword early on is so useful because no one has armor. And some of those are kind of fancy. I believe they updated some of the messer options recently. I've been doing a lot of hot fixes as we go. There've been probably 10 or more since I last showed this. We'll go to casted is weird, but I've seen some stuff like this for like the surviving examples and whatnot of it's interesting. Different styles of set handle section obviously fix that. Pole arm, here's, and this is not pole axes, this is your bardiche and bill hooks and such. Oh, hang on. I saw a video about that recently. I don't remember what it was called. If somebody remembers that, say it. Sure. I'd like to remember what this is called. So I can make this ridiculously huge. 3,000 grams, 3 kilograms. Oh. This is, yeah, this one's a little more simple because it's your basic bill hook situation. Not very crazy with that. Pole axe. Different pommel options here of nothing or various spikes and hooks and such. Change the, yes, so you see the languets will get longer or shorter, or have no languets at all. Same here with the guard. It just goes, it's hard to see that because it's a smaller piece. But this is my favorite here. So this one on the bottom is the front edge. So I tend to do spike and then like the, let's say like crenulated type thing. I don't really know what the word is for that. It's not the hammer, but it's, yeah, like the little, I don't know what you call that, crenulated type thing. And then different spiked heads or not, you know, etc. Obviously we have this. I don't think there's like a grip for this one, unfortunately. Yeah. So that's lovely. I need to just pick a really nice looking sword while I'm talking here because the swords are my favorite part. I mean, it's called half sword, it's not called half axe. You can't make axes, I don't think. Some of them you can only find. Let's just make that gargantuan. We want a longer grip. We'll go bright blue, I guess. I want the red. Then some of these are a little confusing. Yeah, so you can see the balance is way forward. I want gilded. Yeah, that's pretty. I really like that. So, there you have it. There's my more in-depth look at Half Sword Early Access. Now that I've played a good bit more and worked my way up almost to the end, the last thing will just be continuously murdering the Baron until I can claim all of his armor and win. And I will let you know when I do that, how many times it took me maybe, or I'll try and get a few more episodes of that in maybe. Could do one where I only show Lord Tourney fights. That might take a little bit of work, but I might could do that. But yeah, that's where we are now. Hire mercenaries are definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it to loot the bodies of your enemies, both in the Abyss and in the Overworld, if we want to call it that. It's a good game. They've done pretty well so far, and I'm happy with it. So if you enjoyed the video, go and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, that kind of stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Viking out.